I mean, we were away for just over a month. It's the longest I've been away since, I think, honestly, since I started Fortem. It feels really good to be back, and I'm super stoked and proud of how the team continued to build whilst we were away.
And what is one thing that frustrates you about the way that we currently work?
Big focus is just winning more work that the team feels excited and charged about, but that comes with time, so we're pushing as hard as we can.
It was great, and you were great, we were all great, fantastic, had the best experience, and they do fucking great work. There's no downside there.
Sup, homie?
What's up?
Yeah, basically, alright, that's fine. Like that is what it is.
West Hollywood. How are you? Welcome, nice to meet you. What's up, Brayden?
Max.
Nice to meet you, Max. How are you? Okay, a lot of people that are going to listen to this show, they have an agency, maybe they're a freelance creator, they want to work with the bigger brands, okay? They see what you guys are doing. Is the moat still better content? Is it strategy? Is it a mix of both? Like, in your opinion, what is that X factor that these brands need right now?
I think it's powerful thought behind great execution. What we do in the production process.
Copy this. Be careful about it. You're in the all black. I can already see.
So when Fortem started,
You got the blueberry flavor.
We're obviously back in Sydney for a short period of time. What was it like, or what has it been like being away from the Sydney office for so long?
I mean, we were away for just over a month. It's the longest I've been away since, I think, honestly, since I started Fortem.
Sarah, can I ask you a question?
Yeah,
How have the last 3.5 weeks been at Fortem?
without you,
Yeah.
really sad.
It feels really good to be back, and I'm super stoked and proud of how the team kind of continued to build whilst we were away.
It's been interesting. I do feel like we're in a spot where we can operate without him, which is nice. And I feel like he gives us like the autonomy to do that. But it's good. It's been like fun and exciting seeing everything come through from New York. And yeah, now we've got a smaller team now.
We had some staff change whilst I was gone. We had some great things go really well, and we had some challenging things go really badly, as with anything. So whilst I'm away, obviously we've gotten to a point now where the team is significantly stronger, so a lot more gets dealt with before it gets to me. But there were still some things that I've kind of got to solve now that we're back. Yeah, so literally I think we're going to be back for a week before we fly off to the US again and then over to Europe. And I guess some of the things that we need to solve for is we need to hire new creatives. We're growing, but we also lost a few. Our head of social has left, and so it's been full scope mode, hiring and interviewing and trying to find the right person. And I think that particular role is probably my key focus right now. We have a really strong creative team. Obviously, Matt's moved to the US, which left a gap here as well. Albeit we can do edit work from the US for here and vice versa. So that gap doesn't feel as big as a head of social gap. And our social team are incredibly strong in terms of just like executional work, but having someone who can guide, lead, and develop strategy, both for ourselves and our clients outside of a strategist, is really important.
I want to just make sure we're not pointing fingers, but I want to make sure that we're really like honing in on like where are we at now, where are we winning, where's the opportunity, and then more so down the track in the session, just like what does social look and feel like in 2026 for us, but also for what clients need, so that we can make some changes if required, or continue to do what we're doing, but do it with some tweaks to make sure that it's we're up in the ante. One is, what do you think we're genuinely world class at? And what is one thing that frustrates you about the way that we currently work? And if you were head of social from tomorrow, what is the first thing you would change?
Socials has obviously changed, and the way the boys create for socials has changed too. And I think there is a little bit of an education piece with the creatives on what's working on social and what's not. Like they have these amazing, crazy ideas, but like that would be epic, but it's not going to translate well or perform well on socials. So there is that like disconnect there where I can see where they're heading, but they haven't got that social first thinking. So I think that's also something that we can kind of feed into future conversations with creatives.
The clients that give full trust, like the Mongols or the Marcelus, I've had what you consider viral content with, because I'm not sat in a social calendar thinking like what could I post to hit a deliverable in 3 weeks time. I've been on a cycle or scrolling at night or something and seen something that is completely relevant like right now, and just gone straight into it, edited it, posted it, and then it works because it is social first.
So within this much every month you get 50 hours of a social team and X hours of creative. That will likely land you as the client between X and Y number of assets, a mixture of hi-fi, lo-fi, etc. I've found that in the past that's also the easiest way to then upsell and grow the client more, because you've got that like flexibility from we're not necessarily now thinking, shit, I need to get this many stories out, this many lo-fi videos, etc. It's more about that overall feeling that the client gets, and then you compare that with the results and say, hey, look, over the past month we've seen huge results here. What we can now look to do is keep doing this and build upon it. However, what that's going to result in is now more head hours, but therefore we've got more kind of more leverage from a scope perspective to say, hey, we want to add on an extra 20 hours of our time to keep doing this, and that's how we continue to grow the clients themselves.
Max, how have the past 3.5 weeks been?
Loving it. Your team's amazing. Do you want to go better live?
Kind of talk us through what you've been doing while you've been here.
We've been cooking, Max, but really excited for this. So what we've been consolidating is basically all the different apps that were being used in Fortem previously into one. So getting rid of Google Sheets, getting rid of Ignition and Monday.com, putting that into one easy link. So what I've been working on is the Google Sheet was basically taking the cost for the project. The Ignition was taking the signature and the payment, and Monday was just storing information. And what we've been able to do with Zinc is actually put everything of the project from start to finish all in one place. One easy project card that stores the invoice, that stores the contract, that stores all the information about the project in a big cost cal. So everything now lives in one place. The team just have to send this one link to each other, communicating via this project, and they can tag each other, comment to each other. They can do everything. So communication, reporting, data, contract signing, payments, all in one clean, easy link. So it's been the dream. It was what I wanted to do when I ran an agency, and I'm really happy that I can obviously help you guys with simplifying that. It's amazing to see the sales team already putting all the budgets and the costs in for all the projects in the pipeline.
What is the focus from a creative lens?
The focus from the creative lens at the moment is really just bringing it back to ground zero.
Basically, I guess just to open this up as a floor, or obviously there's a few people missing, but basically the goal, I'm back in Sydney briefly. The goal for me is to align the arrow across the whole business in terms of the direction at which we're going, growing, finding it challenging, and to align so that everyone's walking in the right direction.
And kind of going, okay, where are we at right now creatively as a business? What are we doing really well with? What are we finding challenging? Where do we have gaps in the team? But also, how do we give the creatives more of a voice in the organization to kind of help us propel the business forward?
Yeah, so I think a lot of the early creative is still a bit BD, and again, that's causing some limitations, I think, as far as like how creatively ambitious some of our projects can be.
We've gone from creatives within the business not wanting to have involvement in sales. They were like, we just want to shoot and execute. This is like in years 1 to let's say 3. Years 3 to 5, we had creatives that were come and consult us to make sure we can make it happen, because the sales team started growing and we were more ambitious, but we had a team that was getting briefs that they either couldn't execute on by nature of professionalism, like how skilled they were, or it was we were scoping 25 reels in a 2-hour shoot because that we didn't know what it was, so we didn't have the feedback from creatives. Now we've got, or let's call it a year and a half ago, we have creatives in a team that are more ambitious and want to be more heavily involved. And as a company, we thought it was okay to just sense check the idea. And what I'm hearing from you now, and I want you, just align with me and tell me if we're on the same page, something needs to shift for us to get to the point where you're fully involved in that process, right? If you are at a level at which that's the seniority is there, the understanding is there, the brand, the vision, etc., right? We've got some really strong, amazing talent, but how do we put that talent onto the work and jobs that they want to be working on? And that relies on our business development and growth team selling in the right way and scoping the right amount of time and energy and things like that to allow our team to do best work.
Clients will be drawn in if we were just doing this outreach. Clients will be most drawn in with being aligned with us, and being like, oh, these guys get our taste. Like that's the most important thing to hook them.
What do you guys think right now is why do from your creatives lens, why do companies create videos?
In building identity around the brand is ultimately what it is. I think especially the stuff that we want to be shooting is not going to be it's good to get engagement on these videos, but I think it's not just purely numbers. I think the stuff that we want to do is to elevate, the goal of that should be to elevate the brand's identity and perception, I think. And so if they see something that for them feels like it's gonna push their brand to the next level in that way, I think that's a way better selling point than trying to sell 24 reels and trying to sell engagement on those.
The key focus is really moving from just social first content to, I guess, more hi-fi campaign, so still social first content, but in a way that evokes and creates impact amongst a broader scheme or campaign.
Other work is the those social clients or whatever that require a lot of time to do, but they're not the things that we want to go into. And I guess like you said, you can't just ditch the old clients that we have, but it's difficult to push forwards when you're still kind of holding on to this thing that we have, and I guess making the room so we can push forwards means that we can actually spend the time putting more effort and more energy into those things that we want. And we're never, it's going to be very hard to get what we want when we can't put all the time that is needed to go into those things.
What do you guys pledge in terms of your actions to push this in the direction that you guys want? Send that to me and Lou by the end of the week. We will then compile that, put that alongside the notes from this meeting and provide what we think is the path forward. And then we can meet fortnightly to consider how we're doing against what path we've put in as a crew. And that might shift to more seniors and Lou, and we'll work out how many people we need in the room to steer that ongoing. But what I would like from you guys by the end of this week is your pledge/action points as individuals and as a team to help point this in the right direction.
The big focus is just winning more work that the team feels excited and charged about, but that comes with time, so we're pushing as hard as we can.
Liv was great, you were great, we were all great, fantastic, had the best experience, and they do fucking great work. There's no downside there.
What is it?
We are at Kingpin in North Strathfield, one of our clients, and we're here to bowl and play laser tag, I believe. The team have organised some sort of bus, which if I'm totally honest, felt like I was on the way to a strip club. Beep! Shouldn't put that in the vlog. But now we're here, we're going to bowl, play laser tag, and just get the team out and about. Obviously it was a month without me in Sydney, and this is just an opportunity to reconnect with the team, build culture. We've got some new staff, bring the team together, have a good time, have a couple drinks, not me, for the rest of the team, and yeah, it should be a good day. The energy's good, and I think for me it's just really nice to see the team come together, because obviously whilst I'm away I try to stay as connected as I possibly can, but being in New York with the Sydney time zone, it lends itself to almost being impossible. So it'll be a nice day out. I don't know how these things get approved whilst I'm away, but they do.